Frederick Money again. Today on my presentation I'm going to show you all how to make a brioche. Brioche is a very sweet soft bread, very famous in France. It originated from France, and a very enriched dough. You can use it for your tea, or probably some even use it on a breakfast basket. I'll be showing you a brioche which is done in a original way with a top knot individual piece of brioche, served with butter, jam. So it's a very sweet treat. I'm going to show you a pretty straightforward one that we can prepare at homes. The recipe of this brioche will be also published at this end of this demo. I'm going to show you the ingredients first, and then we will start mixing with our machine. But first things first, we always remember food safety is very important. So I will be washing my hands before I start preparing this dough, and also occupational health and safety, where we are going to use a machine like this. You can always mix it with hand, but if you have a machine, it's advisable to do a machine. Also, we are having a dough hook which I'm going to use. So this is called a dough hook in the machine, right? But as I said, you can always mix it in hand if it's a very small quantity. So to start off, I'm washing my hands. So I got the sink here, warm water, 20 seconds, right? Bit of a soap, right? Make sure that everything is properly cleaned. If you have a dryer at home, you can dry, or if you do have a nice tea towel, I will wipe my hands with the tea towel. Now I'm going to show you all the ingredients that I'm going to use for this brioche. So starting off with your main ingredient, which is plain baker's flour that I'm going to use. Saying that, you can also use plain flour if you wish to, but today I'm going to use baker's flour for the brioche. So there is 550 grams of baker's flour here. I got 300 grams of unsalted soft butter here. It's pretty soft, if you can see. I got 30 grams of caster sugar here. I got 10 grams of dry yeast here. If you like to play around with fresh yeast, you can use 30 grams of fresh yeast, and I'll be using a pinch of salt. I'll be having 5 eggs, which accounts up to about 250 grams, and then we have 75 mils of cold, nice full cream milk. So to start off this process, what I'm going to do, process number 1, I'm going to add the yeast into a small bowl, and then also remember, if the yeast is going to be very active, I would prefer that cold milk that I told you previously, to bring it to a bit of a warm temperature. So I would say lukewarm temperature, so that it will really melt, dissolve the yeast very nicely. And I'm adding the milk into the yeast and just mixing it a little like this. You see, all the yeast is well mixed into the milk here. I got the milk. Well, I will add the eggs into this same mixture. So I've kept all the eggs into this milk and yeast mixture. Right, I'm now combining it very well. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to leave this aside. So my milk, eggs and the yeast are kept aside here. In the meantime, I'm going to take off my machine bowl here, from here, and I'm adding the flour inside. I'm placing the sugar, and then a pinch of salt. In bowl here, right, and fix the for a few minutes. So the first step, there is flour, sugar and salt in this, and I'm going to just mix it a little for a few minutes till all the sugar and the salt disappears into the flour with a bit of a high speed there. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add the egg, yeast and the milk mixture into this. I'll be mixing it for about 6 minutes and then I'm going to take it out and I'm going to mix it by hand. It's about 6 minutes since we started mixing, so we are taking it out. So if you're using the machine, not more than 6 minutes, right? And if you're going to use your hand, I would say you will be taking about 10 to 15 minutes to mix. Right. So the dough will be a bit sticky and soft, but it's come out well. And we're going to just add a little flour, mix it by your hand a little more. Alright, so you see that dough getting nice and smooth. The next process with brioche dough is that we're going to rest this dough for a while, alright, and then we are going to add the soft butter into the mix again, and then you will find this dough coming out so silky and shiny. That's what we know. So yeah, the dough is nice and smooth, so I'm going to keep it to rest. What I'm going to do is, instead of this dough getting dry, if you do have a damp cloth or probably a cloth like this, you can make it wet and keep it covered. But the best option will be if you do have a nice plastic bag which is food friendly. Any plastic bag which is food friendly should be alright to cover the dough, and we are going to rest it for 30 minutes. It's been 30 minutes and you can see that this has grown up nice and double. So the next thing what we are going to do, we're going to remove this paper off, right? And see, it's really coming up beautiful. And I'm going to put this dough in to the machine. So I got the soft butter here, all right, into the dough here, which is going to give you a nice silky softy dough, which also we are going to ferment again, second time. Right, now this is the time when, if you're doing it for 2 days, this is the time you're going to refrigerate your dough, right, for 48 hours, and when it comes double in size, you can use it the next day. But today, since we are going to do a pretty straightforward one that we can do it today, I'm going to put it in the fridge. So let's see, I might put it in the fridge for a few minutes for the dough to be a bit cold, but usually after you add the butter, if you're doing a 48-hour process, then you need to put it in the fridge. So I have mixed the dough. If you see, it's very nice, sticky, shiny. See that silkiness of the dough? So I'm going to now remove it and prove it again before we start shaping it into a nice dough. So I'm going to give it probably about another 15 minutes in the refrigerator before I take it out. While in the refrigerator, it's going to prove. So that's now ready for scaling and making it to a nice brioche shape. It has been lying in the fridge for about 15 minutes. The dough is nice and cold. It has doubled in size. So I'm going to now scale it and roll it. Each brioche, right, is going to be about 50 grams, I would say. I have scaled it now to 50 grams each. So I'm getting ready with my mold. You just need to grease it with some spray, I would say, so that it does not stick. But it also, these type of pans will never stick in the oven too. So this is all oven proof that I'm using. So the basic way of doing a nice basic brioche, the old traditional way of doing a brioche, is you just roll your brioche like into a nice bread roll. So if you see, that's very nice and smooth. Now you need to look carefully what I'm going to do. Next is I'm just going to put some flour here. Alright, and I turn the dough like this. Make sure that the bottom should be on the side like this. Right, and then with your palm, you just go not right through, just to get a nice bit of a small ball like thing. So, alright, and you will have something like that. All right, now it's not over there. So next thing what you're going to do is you're going to just circle it like that. All right, and then keep it on your pot. And this is what the important part. When you're keeping the ball should not be like up. It's called the top knot, I would say, not a ball. It's called the top knot. The top knot should go right inside. So when it starts to prove, it comes with a beautiful top knot on top. Again, if you want, I'm going to do it again for everybody to see. So circle to a nice, clear, smooth one. Take some flour in your hand, all right, and then keep this side, and then you can have the top knot a little bigger if you like. So there you go. All right, go you, and then go in, all right, and right to the deep, all right, right in the middle. All right, so it's been about 22 to 23 minutes. Brioche is perfectly ready to go into the oven now. So the last thing that we do on a brioche is basically egg wash the brioche, because then it gives a bit of a beautiful shine. So basically for this egg wash, I have added 1 full egg, right, half a teaspoon of sugar and a little bit of water. So our ovens are ready. It's at 190 now. Right, if you see the ovens, it's all beautifully preheated. So make sure that you always preheat your oven before you put your brioche. And we have preheated the oven's ready, and this is ready to go in. Approximately after 15 to 20 minutes, I would say it took around 18 minutes. So anything between 15 and 20 minutes will be fine. I'm on my way taking out this beautiful brioche. So this is a nice perfect brioche which has come out after baking, right? So the purpose of this top knot, you remove this, cut this off, right? Apply some butter in the middle and then place this top knot again, and you have it. Hopefully you will enjoy your brioche. See you next time on my next video. Thank you for watching.